Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm thrilled to continue our journey into employee training and development with you. Last week, we explored the strategic importance of training. This week, we're diving into two critical questions. What training is actually needed, and how do we make sure the training sticks? These are foundational to designing impactful programs within an effective learning organization. As we move into week 2, I want to remind you that your experiences matter. Whether you've led a team, participated in one, or seen one fall flat, those insights are truly important as we continue our learning community together. Now, what's due this week? These are the assignments that are due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First and foremost, your discussion questions and the responses. You'll have your first initial response due by Wednesday, and then 2 responses to either myself or your classmates on 2 separate days. You'll go through your SmartBook Chapter 3 on Needs Assessment and SmartBook Chapter 4, Learning and Transfer of Learning. You'll complete your Learning Unit 2 project and your Learning Unit 2 quiz. This week's objectives focus on identifying training needs and ensuring learning transfer. You'll learn how to conduct a needs assessment, apply learning theories, and design training that leads to real behavior change. These skills are essential for any HR professional. Now, Chapter 3 introduces the needs assessment process. This is the foundation of effective training. Without it, we risk wasting resources on programs that don't solve real problems. A good needs assessment ensures training is relevant, targeted, and aligned with our strategic goals. Needs assessments are the foundation of effective training programs. It's a systematic process that determines whether training is the appropriate solution, and if so, what type of training will deliver the best results. Without proper needs assessments, organizations risk wasting resources on training that really does not need. There are 3 levels to the thorough needs assessment. First, organizational analysis. This examines the company's strategy, available resources, culture, and external pressures to align training initiatives with broader business goals. This ensures training investments are supporting strategic priorities and competitive initiatives. Person analysis. This identifies who requires training by evaluating employee readiness, motivation levels, current skill proficiency, and learning preferences. This step ensures training targets the right people at the right time. And finally, task analysis. This focuses on specific job tasks, required knowledge, essential skills, and necessary abilities to tailor training content precisely. This detailed analysis ensures training directly addresses performance requirements, and it helps us identify that the training is truly needed for that specific audience. Now, to gather accurate insights, an HR professional will use tools like surveys, interviews, focus groups, and performance reviews. These methods help us pinpoint performance gaps and determine whether the training is the right solution. When we engage with our stakeholders, managers, employees, executives, in the assessment process, this improves data accuracy. It builds buy-in for training initiatives, and it ensures programs address real business challenges rather than perceived problems. Now let's take a look at a real-world example. A retail company faced rising customer complaints. A needs assessment revealed that new hires lacked conflict resolution and product knowledge. Through a targeted onboarding program that was derived by the department as well as in partnership with HR, this led to a 25% drop in complaints and a 15% rise in satisfaction for the employees because they felt more confident and equipped. Now, this example is a true power of a well-executed needs assessment. Now, when we jump into Chapter 4, this shifts our focus to learning and transfer of learning. It's not enough for employees to learn during training, they need to apply it, specifically on the job. And this chapter explores how people learn and what helps them retain and use these new skills. You as an HR professional or a leader need to understand how people learn, which is the essential effective foundation to design effective training programs. Different learning theories provide framework for creating training that resonates with adult learners and drives meaningful behavior change in the workplace. Now let's explore the 4 major theories that exist in specifically developing training. And each one offers insights how to design training that motivates and engages learners. The first one is the reinforcement theory. Behavior is shaped by rewards and consequences. When positive actions are reinforced through recognition, incentives, or advancement, employees are more likely to repeat those behaviors and sustain performance improvements. The second one, adult learning principles. Adults learn best when training is immediately relevant to their work, problem-centered rather than theoretical, allows for self-direction and autonomy, and incorporates hand-on experiential learning. Now, these really build on their existing knowledge, and people feel more empowered and confident when we take into practice that they already are working on these pieces as an adult learner. And then social learning theory. Learning occurs through observation and modeling of others' behavior within social contexts. Employees learn effectively by watching experienced colleagues, mentors, and role models demonstrate desired skills and approaches. And finally, goal setting and expectancy. When you give someone clear, specific goals combined with expected positive outcomes, this motivates learners to invest effort and improve performance. When employees understand what they'll achieve and believe training will help them succeed, the engagement increases dramatically. Now, these are the 4 theories and principles specifically around learning and the transfer of learning. Now, to ensure that this training truly sticks, we need realistic simulations, feedback, manager involvement, and supportive environments. These strategies help bridge the gap between learning and doing. And so when you're incorporating these specific pieces, people really understand how to apply the learning specifically. When it's not relevant and it won't help them on the job, then the learning really doesn't stick and it's not as effective. The transfer of training is influenced by the trainee characteristics, training design, and the work environment. Motivation, cognitive ability, and self-efficient matters are what really make this type of training stick. So by having a manager who supports and reinforces the learning is one of the critical components to ensuring that the learning will stick. If someone walks away from an onboarding, a new hire orientation, and they go into their work environment and they find that their leader is not representing the same core values, the behavior, or the learning, then they're not going to take into account what they just spent the last few days doing in their new hire orientation. And let's take a look at an example. A tech company rolled out a new CRM system, a customer relationship management system. It's how they track all of their clients and guests. They used hands-on training and weekly coaching. Within 2 months, the CRM adoption hit 95% and productivity rose by 20%. This shows that by showcasing the ability to do hands-on learning in the real-world application that they're going to be using and showing the benefits of using it will really help drive results, especially when it comes to technology and new technology that others are not used to. So now we've taken an opportunity to review your chapter work, just some of the key highlights. Obviously, you'll have some different highlights that you'll gain from the textbook, but those were just some quick overviews and areas in which that you can see how it can be applied in various different ways. So here are some reminders as you come up into this week. First and foremost, if you have any questions, feel free to use the general Q&A discussion post. And if you have something that's more personal, feel free to email or call me, or you can use our office hour time to really schedule time to discuss with me. Grading occurs each Monday, so I'll have your grades all done by this upcoming Monday. And then I recommend that you complete all assignments by Sunday by 11:59 p.m. so that you're on task and that you got all of your assignments done, so you're not waiting till the last week to get anything done. Have a great week. If you have any questions or need anything, please let me know. Thank you.